Problem of pay new at 10 law enforcement agencies are struggling to recruit and retain, all because of the salary of police officers. Across Arkansas, police departments are seeing more and more officers quitting because of higher paying jobs elsewhere. Good evening, I'm Chris Carter. Thanks for being here. Northeast Arkansas police departments are dealing with it firsthand. So tonight, we look at the cost of cops and just how much cities are paying those who protect and serve in this K8 News investigation. They rush in as others rush out, putting their lives on the line to protect the community.
This is a profession that you're called into. It's not a job. It is a calling.
Gary Sipes knows the policing profession firsthand. A former officer and police chief who is now the executive director of the Arkansas Association of Chiefs of Police is seeing a change in the career field. More officers are turning away from it.
There is a lot of competition out there amongst law enforcement agencies.
That competition is in the form of pay. Across the state, departments are raising their pay to recruit, making it difficult for other departments to retain officers. I went through salary records for 15 different departments, including every police department in Craighead County, Arkansas State Police, and cities whose populations are close to Jonesboro, within about 15,000 people.
10-4, saying around 1530.
What I found is pay is hurting one of the largest departments in Northeast Arkansas. The Jonesboro Police Department is suffering an exodus of officers. Police Chief Rick Elliott told members of City Council and the mayor last month it's because of pay, with many departments following Jonesboro's April 2022 first responder pay increase.
No sooner than we addressed it here, every agency across the state saw what we did and did the same thing.
The starting salary for a Jonesboro police officer is just over $43,000. When put up against all the departments in Craighead County and 5 cities of similar size, it is the 8th highest paid. Among the 15 departments we compared, Rogers comes in on top with a starting salary at just over $55,000 a year. The lowest paid community is Cache, with a newly hired officer making just over $33,000 a year. In Craighead County alone, Jonesboro does a little better, being the 3rd highest paid department behind State Police and Arkansas State University Police.
Send me a unit, please. I'm finding one.
Chief Elliott said pay is a factor in his officers leaving for other departments. With the 3rd highest number of allowed officers of all the departments we looked at, 175 to patrol the city, it has the largest number of officers who have left. Since January 2022, 35 officers have left the department. 16 of them resigned, 15 of those to work at other departments. Compare that with the largest department, Arkansas State Police, which had 609 allowed troopers and just 30 resignations in the last 18 months. Some of State Police's positions are being filled by Jonesboro officers.
State Police has actively and hard recruited my officers.
It isn't just State Police where JPD officers are headed. Elliott said they're leaving for higher pay in many of the other departments we profiled and others. In just the last 2 months, cities like Hot Springs and Benton have upped the pay, with both starting at $50,000 minimum before incentives, which can push starting pay up to nearly $60,000. Gary Sipes isn't surprised, as the career of policing has changed from one of community service paying off to officers needing to survive.
They have to raise a family, and the community needs to realize that, they have to raise a family.
Sipes wants to see an across-the-board minimum for police officers across the entire state, roughly $50,000 starting pay. It was something Sipes said was introduced in the Arkansas legislature, but it died on the floor.
$50,000? That's, as everybody knows, $50,000 doesn't go very far. I think it needs to be somewhat standardized across the state to stop the competition.
A push to curb the competition before Sipes' biggest fear comes true, and more officers who now rush in, rush out, and don't return.
If we don't do something, we are going to lose the fine officers that we have.
Jonesboro's mayor is working with the police chief and members of City Council to come up with a solution to the pay problems JPD is facing. They are supposed to present a plan to the Public Safety Commission on Tuesday. I asked the mayor's office for an update today. They have not responded, but earlier this week they told me meetings were taking place. And to see all the data we used for this story, you can find it right now on K8 News app and KAIT8.com.